Hey, it's time to dish with D. That's me. Here's a special announcement. I have just quit WW. Yep, you heard it right here. I quit WW. I'm done with them. April Fools! I had to do it. Let's get on with the video. Hey, it's time to dish with D. That's me. Thank you for coming to this video, making yourself a priority. My name's Denise. It is Saturday, and Saturday here on this channel is WW, topic du jour, and my weekly weigh-in. As you hear, I am a bit under the weather. Come home from an 8-day cruise and you get sick. Honestly, it happens. You know what? The temperature change was different daily. You were wearing coats one day and tank tops the next. So I'm not surprised that I came down with a little bit of something. You should read the people on that Facebook page. They're mean. Ooh. What is it with people? What is it with people? They can't be nice. I don't know. I don't get it. So, how'd you do on the scale this week? There's a few announcements I'd like to make right here and right now. I had a 5.5 gain, 5.6 gain on Monday. I wasn't going to get weighed after the cruise. I was going to wait till today. But I thought to myself, really, Denise? That's diet mentality. You know, it is what it is, because you know that's not a true reading of your weight. Because did you eat more than you normally ate? Sure did. Did you eat out 3 meals a day for 8 days? I sure did. Were your ankles swollen? They sure were. And I thought I remember to insert a picture. I don't think I deleted it. I think I still have it on my phone. If I have it, I will insert it at the end. I should do before and after. Oh my gosh, when I took my socks off the one day. Yeah, I was wearing socks because it was cold some days. I'm like, Steve, look at my ankles. My ankles don't get swollen. Oh my gosh, when you eat out not 1 day, not 2 days, that's not going to do it. We're talking 3 meals a day for 8 days. That's insanity. So when I got home, I was up. So I got weighed Monday morning, and if you didn't know, I started tracking on the Healthy app on Monday. I am doing both because a lot of people still wanted Weight Watcher points. I honestly wasn't going to give them because I honestly just wanted to focus on the Healthy app, the better balance, and the macros. That's really what I wanted to focus on. But I kind of felt bad because Weight Watchers has left us high and dry. Let's face it, they have. And I feel like, say hi to Slim. Here's Slim's girlfriend, Sassy. He met her on the cruise. They had an 8-day whirlwind romance, and she came home with us. Sassy. By the way, Slim. He always wants to get in the limelight. I forgot what I was even saying now. Dude, I was like distracted. Oh, Weight Watchers. Yeah, they kind of, canceling meetings for people. I felt bad. I thought to myself, can you do that to these people as well? No. Unlike Weight Watchers, I do have a conscience. I do feel bad. So, honestly, do you know the points for most of the things you eat? I pretty much do. So, is it that much of a hardship for you to help out these peeps? It's not. So, so I still do am I going to continue to go to my workshop? It's moving 5 minutes further. I'm on the fence about that because it's across the pike. And I've had this discussion. I don't go across the pike. The pike's a huge expressway. And honestly, I don't know. I'm on the fence right now. I really am. I'm they're still at their brick and mortar still. They haven't, I think they have to the end of the month. I'm not even sure. But yeah, I have to really consider that. And there's no other locations that are close to me. That would be another 5 minutes, already on top of my 35-minute drive. So I'm not quite sure about that. So I'm still on the fence about that. But I'll keep you posted. We'll see what happens. But I still am a Weight Watchers member. I'm still a lifetime member. A few pounds over goal, but I'm still a lifetime member. So, and you seem to still want the Weight Watchers content. So, again, I don't really do that much Weight Watchers other than this meeting topic. And that's really it, honestly. Just giving you the points. So we will continue with that. that is what you like, I can continue doing that. It's no big hardship, actually. So, what is this week's topic? Oh, I didn't tell you my weigh-in. I'm not feeling well. I told you Monday's weighing was up 5.8. I did get weighed this morning. Oh my gosh. And I'm down 5.6. Oh, no! Can you just? 5.6 pounds since Monday. Shut the front door. I know. See what happens when you change a plan, maybe? Different way of looking at food? Eating a little bit more? You know, there are people out there that say that that doesn't exist. I don't believe that. I don't believe if you eat less, you're always going to lose. I think in the beginning you will. I think over time, I think eventually eating that less it's just your body's just, it's not going to release what you needed to release. So yeah, so maybe something to be said for macros and knowing what you're eating and just doing it a little bit differently. You know, it cost me $25 for the year for the healthy app. I do Better Balance, which is the old blue plan. So I'm going to be doing a tutorial. I've already done one on the iTrack Bites app. I need to do an updated one, but I'm still trying to get myself refamiliarizing with it because it's changed since I've been on it. So I will definitely get to that hopefully this week to get you guys up to speed. It's a learning curve, absolutely. Like anything else. Is it hard? No, it is just different. So don't feel different as hard. Different is just, you're just not used to it. So don't go, oh my gosh, this, you know, I will say Weight Watchers is a bit user-friendly and has a bit more perks. I will. But there's a community on iTrack Bites. You know, there's all, and the measurements are a little bit different. You have to get used to that. But it can be done. It definitely can be done. So we will hopefully get to that this week. Like I said, I have not been feeling the best. I'm better than I was yesterday. I was really bad. That's why I didn't go to WW this morning. I was, you know, when you're sick, nobody wants to see you because they automatically think you got the Rona. And I did get tested because that's what you do when you go out into the public. So I was negative, which I kind of thought I was because I didn't feel as bad as I did. This is definitely a head cold. Last time I was unsure if I had a fever last time. That was my dead giveaway last time I had a fever. I did not have a fever this time. So I did not go to work yesterday either because I don't think anybody's sounding like they should work with food. It's just my opinion. So I didn't go in, and then I thought, well, I'm not going to go. Because people look at you when you sound like this. They're like, you know, and I wasn't wearing a mask, so I thought, then don't go. We all make our decisions. We all have our choices. You do you, boo, and that's how we get along, right? We're all different. So, all right, let's get to the topic du jour. We've already spoke for 8 minutes. No, 7.21. I love this topic, too. What a fun topic. How do I handle a small weight gain? Did I not have... I had a pretty big weight gain, but... Yes. I love how they show the picture of expectations and then reality. They have the expectations of you just keep losing, and that is so untrue. And then the reality is the reality is you don't lose every week. You don't. Maybe if you have a lot, and I always say this and people get slammy for it, but I feel like only because my experience, that's the reason I say it. When I had a lot more weight to lose, I mean, we're talking 0.2 losses I would have. I don't think I had many, you know, consistent. I mean, I lost consistently for at least 3 to 4 months. Like I said, not huge. I wasn't losing 2 pounds a week, but 0.6, 0.8, 0.4, 0.2 consistently. And when I had a lot of weight to lose. So I feel like, at this weight, I'm not going to lose every week. I would not expect a loss next week. At this weight, it's just unrealistic of me to expect a loss. If I expect a loss, then I'm really not eating, or I'm really dieting. And I'm not dieting, I'm lifestyling. And on lifestyle, you don't always lose. But this is how to handle a small weight gain. Now, every gain needs a response. Weight inflections are normal. Weight fluctuations. Where did I get that word from? Weight fluctuations are normal, but if you notice more of an upward trend, remind yourself that those are also normal and to set an action plan to try in motion. You don't have one? Let's fix that. Don't ever feel if you're gaining consecutive weeks that you're doing something wrong. Sometimes it's just your body, and you could fight it. You'll be spinning your wheels sometimes. As long as you know you had the best week you could, You just have to move on. Is that hard? In the beginning, it is. But when you realize that I could have had a better week, you just have to move on, because that's going to mess with you, and that's going to put you into that, I'm doing all this, it's not working. Maybe I just need to stop. Maybe I just, maybe I'm just going to eat. I'm just going to eat what I want this week, because when I don't eat what I want, I gain weight. So what's the difference? And that mentality sets in, and it's a mindset. It really is a mindset. We really have to re-go over the week. Did you really have the best week you could? I mean, for me, I always admit, I don't ever regret anything I eat. Never live in, oh, yeah, well, I had that. Shouldn't have had that. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. You know what? When I eat something, I say to myself, I'm a grown woman. If you want it, eat it. Don't bring it with guilt, because guilt is the worst thing to serve yourself. You know what? I make a decision when I make a decision, and I live by it. And that's how you grow, and that's how you become a lifestyle. That is how you get out of that diet mentality, when you realize, you know what? Not every week's going to be perfect. Not every week's going to be a loss. That's freeing. That is so freeing. You have no idea when you're just living your life and you're doing the best you can, and not every week's gonna be a loss. Maybe next week will. Maybe I'll have a better week. Maybe these events won't be around, and I'll do a little bit better. Maybe this scale will be. But this week I have a lot going on, and I'm not living in the diet world. I'm going to live my life and enjoy the things around me. Life is short. Decide what amount of weight gain will activate your plan. 3 or more pounds. This is what I'm saying. Brainstorm simple, healthy behaviors that helped you lose weight in the past. Planning dinners, pre-tracking meals, switching up my activity routine, going to bed by 11, attending workshops, reflecting on past successes. Sometimes when we overthink it, though, it doesn't need to be overthought. I feel like this is a little bit overthought, because sometimes you gain. And it's not always a negative thing. Like, just because you had a great week and the scale goes up, your weight fluctuate within 2 pounds. That's why you have a 2-pound window with your goal. They know that it's normal to have a fluctuation. Weight is never the same, and weight is never always going to be down. Just like if you expect a loss every week because you had a perfect week, you're setting yourself up for a little bit of failure. I'm just going to warn you about that, because you could have the best week. You could, hit all your goals, and still that scale's not going to move. Does that mean your week was bad? It doesn't. It just means that's when you realize that that's pretty normal, it's more relaxing, and you can be like, okay, I'll just continue. Just do what you do and don't overthink it. And I think this is a little bit overthought, because having you do all these 8-6 things, really, I don't know if we need to really get that involved. But it's always good to go over our week. I just read the next line, D. Pick 1 or 2 you're most likely to do and enjoy them. Write them out in a detailed plan. I was going to say, all 6 of those things? Dang. So you pick 2 of those. I always think attending a workshop is a good one. Of course, we don't all have workshops now, do we? Come to Dish with D's live. Absolutely. We go live here Sunday. We may be doing Mondays again, I'm not sure, because I feel like it was very successful to do Mondays, but 4 to 5 days a week at 7 p.m. Eastern time here on the tube. And I'm going to start doing, I think, some lives on Instagram on different times. And I'm thinking about doing a morning live for my people over in the UK. I mean, anybody can come, but I think those people, it's so late for them that they maybe need a late morning one. So I'm thinking maybe around, would be like my time 11, which would probably be their time, maybe 3 or something like that. So I'm thinking of it because I feel bad, because again, I'm a person who just I want to please people. I don't want people to feel like they're neglected. And I feel like Weight Watchers is neglected on stuff. If I could do something that can help, that takes me a few minutes of my day and that I technically really enjoy, it's a win-win for me. I enjoy chatting with you guys. So it's fun for me. I get so much out of it as well. So pick 2. Let's go back to this. Planning dinners they say planning dinners, not planning your day. I feel like when we have to plan the whole day, it gets overwhelming. But if you could plan just dinners, that could help you as well. Because dinner should not be your biggest meal. It's honestly, they say breakfast should be your biggest meal, and maybe dinner and lunch should be the 2 smaller ones, because of being the time that you have it. It's just better for digestion. Again, that's just what I heard. I don't know if it's true or not, but you know what? Maybe plan dinners. Don't plan 7 dinners though. Plan maybe 4 and then see how that goes. And then if it goes well, then plan 5. Start small, always can move up. When you overextend yourself, that's when bad things happen. That's when you overwhelm yourself, and we don't want to do that. I think attending a workshop or a virtual or coming to live would help. Going to bed, when you have a good night's sleep, be surprised how much better you feel in the morning and you're ready to tackle the day. When you're tired, who wants to feel like making a healthy breakfast? You just want to grab a bowl of cereal. And we all know cereal's not filling, so you wind up having 2 bowls. So yeah, I think going to bed and getting a restful night's sleep gets you revved for the day. You can start off your morning with a good breakfast and maybe go for a nice walk. When you're rested, you want to exercise. When you're tired, you don't. Reflecting on past successes is always a good one because you think about what made you successful. What did you do right that you got here? We did a lot of things right to get here. We have to remember them. Switching up activities. Sometimes our bodies are complacent. Sometimes and that's what I'm considering, trying to change up my activity routine. I'm not sure what that is yet, but I know I'd definitely have to change up something. When I figure it out, I'll let you know. I really feel like for me, the walking is good, but I feel like my body needs a little bit more. It needs to be pushed a little bit more. Not sure I need to be pushed, but apparently my body does. So that's a great, pre-tracking meals before eating out is always a good thing. Always. If you know where you're going, check out the menu. Especially, and don't look at it when you get there, unless it's changed. That happened to me once. The menu that was online was different than the one that was in the restaurant. That's the only time I had to, but I don't even look at the menu because if I do, I'll change my mind. Yeah, so I kind of know what I'm going to have when I go in there and it's already tracked. We're going out for Japanese tonight, and I already know what I'm getting. Sushi. Oh, I'm so excited about it. Pick 1 or 2. Okay, I read that. If I gain 3 or more pounds, I will plan a 3 weeknight dinners and commit to the next 2 workshops. Well, I gained 5 pounds, so I should plan 5 meals, but I'm not a planner. But whatever works for you, like find your normal, find what is your thing to do. Like, we are different. I mean, let's face it, we all would love to be planners. We all would love to have all these things that we can do. You watch people, well, I mean, YouTube is a great example. You watch people, you're like, oh, I want to be like them. We do. But can we? Not really, because that's them and we're us. And yeah, you might have aspirations to, I want to be like them. But reality is, you could sit there and have all the bells and whistles. I've had all the things. I am just not a meal planner. I've had meal planning pads and books and stickers. It's not you. It's not you. You know what? And guess what? It's okay. You don't have to do it. You don't have to do these things to be successful. And I think we look at people who on anywhere brag. So we're like, well, I just need to do what she does. And you're not her. So I think we need to try just being ourselves and find out what that is. As I always say, like a journey is of self-discovery. What is it that you want to do? What is that you like to do? And then you find that out and you do it. For me, I think I found out it's running lives, chatting and just interacting with people has been my cusp. Has really, I think, when I started the lives, probably back when, I think summer of 2019 when I opened the channel. I opened the channel in February of 2019, and I'm pretty sure it was 2019. Yeah, it was 2019. And the summers I started doing just pop-up lives, and I really enjoyed it. And then it got to be where I did it twice a week. But then COVID hit, and then I did it almost every night. And it was just so fulfilling for me to interact with everybody and to gain that and to give. It was as much as I gave as much as I got. So for me, that's my niche. Like, we all have our niche in things, and you just have to figure out what yours is. I enjoyed it so much that I left my job at school to do this because it's my niche. It's what I feel like I can do, and I enjoy it. You have to enjoy what you do. Don't just do something because somebody else told you to do it. I've tried that. It don't work. You have to find what you enjoy. And that's, it's trying a lot of different things. And you just don't know what those are until you try them. So let's dive a little deeper. We won't sugarcoat it. Gaining weight when you're trying to lose or maintain stinks. It's okay if you feel discouraged, worried, or any type of way. Just try not to blame yourself or look for a scapegoat. The scapegoat. Oh, the scapegoat. I don't look for a scapegoat. The scale says what the scale says. I don't need to hear X, 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 Y. Oh, I ate this, I ate that. No. The scale says what the scale says. You have to dust yourself off, and you just have to keep on chugging. Is that hard? It can be. But when you sit there and have to blame something, that's spinning your wheels, and that's diet mentality. Because sometimes there is nothing to blame. Fast fact, there is nothing to blame. It's just what your body says when your body says. And I feel like that's when you realize that, good things happen. When that reality sets in, like, it's just what it is. And it's freeing in a way. It really is. Oh, I didn't read the next slide. There often isn't one, and you can change what's in the past. I didn't read that line. It's so true. And I think that's when you grow as a weight loss journey, healthy lifestyle versus diet mentality. When you finally get it, when you finally go, it's good. Then good things happen. And I really want to run that home. There isn't a scapegoat. There isn't a reason. You didn't eat this wrong. You didn't eat too much sodium. It just is. And you just move on. And it's okay. But you can plan ahead now, and see how you'll respond. While there is no set amount for what constitutes as a small weight gain versus normal fluctuations, see, they don't even know. It's smart to take action if you gain more than 3 pounds over the course of 2 weeks or less. And now you're in a cool and calm and losing weight state. When it's easier to create a simple game plan you'll actually stick with. Stick with your plan. Don't stick with my plan. Compare that to the heat of the moment response where you might try to overcorrect only to get frustrated when you can't build 10 new habits in a week, or you may swing to the other extreme and want to give up. That's what normally happens. But that's a mindset. And that is something that I'm trying to help you realize that it's normal. It's easy for me to say. I could sit there and say everything. You have to believe it. And you have to live it and realize and say, wow, she kind of makes sense. I kind of get that. So I could sit there and say everything. If you don't believe it, it doesn't matter what I say, because you have to believe it and understand it. We're glad you're asking about small weight gains because they're so common, even among those who have lost and maintained. #truth. Consider this. 82% of WW Success Registry members say that they think about past successes to help them get back on track after a gain. Lean into whatever habits work for you and play to your strengths to help you ensure a small gain is just a bump in the road and at the end of your journey. And also, I want to reiterate, it says whatever habits work for you. Sometimes you need to create a new habit. Sometimes you just need to build on the old habits. So if you're really good at 2 things, maybe we need to add that third. Because if you're doing those good habits and you're still seeing that scale go up a little bit, maybe it's time to challenge yourself just to do a little bit more. I'm not saying go absolutely apeshit nuts, but a little bit more. Challenge yourself. I think sometimes we become complacent, but challenge yourself. Maybe to exercise 5 minutes more. Maybe to plan 2 meals a day. Maybe you're a person who already plans dinner. Maybe you could plan breakfast one day. I have a rotation of breakfasts that I go through. So breakfast for me is pretty easy. I don't plan ahead because I'm a person that wants to eat what she feels like eating. I don't want to eat what I wrote on the paper, because what I wrote last week might not be what I want this week. And when you're eating something that you want, it's more satisfying. When you're eating something that's just there, it's kind of like, yeah. How many times have we eaten something just like, yeah, you left that meal feeling unsatisfied. Yet you're not hungry, but you're unsatisfied. So that makes you want to eat more because you eat for satisfaction. And if you're not satisfied, you're just going to go back there and find something that satisfies you. So it's much easier to find a way to eat what you want in less amount. And I always say sometimes cooking is required to get more bang for your point buck. Let's listen to the 3 fast facts, shall we? Responding to weight gain in a hot state can cause an overcorrect or give up. Yep. Hot state is when you're like, what? What do you mean I've gained? I did everything right. I don't believe this. I don't believe that I gained weight. Oh, that's a hot state. Create a plan for how to respond ahead of time. When there is a cold state, you can help you reverse some small weight gains. Just realizing, well, I had really the best week I could. I did everything right. I went over my, it's just maybe, it's just, it is what it is. And sometimes I think there isn't always a reason. And that's a hard one because we're so used to having a reason. X because of Y. Not always. And I think we're just human and we need to have a cause and effect. And sometimes we don't. A plan that leans into our strengths and the go-to healthy behaviors helps us follow through with more confidence. Don't lose your confidence. I feel like that's a big thing. Think of how far you've come. Don't think about how far you have to go. Like when I sit here and realize I have to lose these 10 pounds, we're doing a 10-pound challenge, if you don't know that. We're on a journey to lose 10 pounds. Why 10 pounds, Dee? Because 10 pounds is breaking our weight loss down into a small goal. When you've accomplished something, you build confidence. And when you can get that 10 pounds off, if you need to lose more, then we go up to 15. We lose 5 more pounds. We have to break it down into workable numbers. Confidence builds confidence, and it builds momentum, and it builds happiness. And when you're happy, who was it? Was it Elle Woods? Happy people don't murder their husbands. Happy people just follow the plan. They do. When you're depressed and upset, you just want those comfort foods, those things, those binge days. I need my chips. I need my chocolate. I need my cookies. You can have chips, chocolate, and cookies. You just can't have it in excess. Well, that's why I always say fit them in. Fit in a piece of chocolate. Fit in a cookie. Fit in chips. When you don't fit in those wonderful foods, those foods that you love, you tend to binge on them. You see me have chips a lot. I had chips 2 or 3 times this week. I did. Even after a 5.8 gain, I still had chips. Why? Because that's life. I didn't sit there and starve myself this week because I gained 5 pounds. I didn't sit here and over-exercise myself because I gained 5 pounds. I just went right back to what I know and what I've started tracking. I did track on a different app, I will tell you that. I had breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day this week. I had really good meals. You'll see that on Tuesdays, what I eat in a day. I had really good food. It was enjoyable, and I couldn't dwell on that I gained 5.8 pounds. I had to be like, this is life, back on track. This is what I do. And I saw success on the scale this week. So, and that was in 5 days. Just saying. And I don't think I gained 5.8 pounds of fluid. Some, yes, but not 5.8 pounds. So it was a good week. It's going to be another, you just do what you can do. You do the best you can. And that's all you can ask of yourself. And if you need my PDF for the 10 pound, I know it's more than 10 because we're going to continue it. So email me at dishwithdee@yahoo.com and I will send it to you, or go to the Facebook group up in the files. It is already listed there. You can print it out right there, but I can help you out. So either way, it's called Dee's Cruise to Lose 10 Pounds because I need to lose 10, and always fun to do it with friends. So that is it for me today. I talked way too long. It's been a while since I had to sit down, hasn't it? Oh, well, I had to go up and take my nice hot tea and go have my breakfast and go snuggle with my dog. He's doing better. He is. Thank you for all your prayers and well wishes and thoughts and messages. It's been the love that I get from you guys is overwhelming, and I so appreciate it. I really, truly do. You have no idea. So that is it for me. Thank you for spending time out of your busy day to come watch my little weigh-in video. I truly, truly appreciate it. You have no idea how this little YouTube channel just makes my day. So that is it. I will dish with you another day. I'm not sure there's going to be a meal prep tomorrow. I'm not feeling up to it, but we'll see. You never know what happens today, but I'm not promising anything. If not, I will probably see you somewhere along the line for something. So if you're new here, welcome. If you have yet to hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button. Join us here at Dish with Dee. We are doing Weight Watchers. We are doing healthy eye track bites, and we are losing weight at our own pace. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you know somebody that could benefit from this video, please, hit that share button at your Weight Watchers meeting, on your Zooms, in other Facebook groups, anywhere you think Dish with Dee is needed. It's Dee to the rescue. I will dish with you another day.